The US authorities said 75 stolen Yemeni artifacts were seized during an attempt to smuggle them to the US. This coincides with the Yemeni government's call for Arab backup to preserve the Yemeni heritage and restore stolen artifacts. The ambassador of Yemen to the United States condemned the efforts of the US Department of State and relevant authorities to activate the decision to protect the Yemeni heritage and ban the trafficking and smuggling of Yemeni antiquities. During his meeting with the Assistant Secretary of State, he said that the Yemeni government appreciates the US security body's efforts that led to seizing the antiquities. This contributes to raising awareness, protecting the Yemeni heritage, and combating the smuggling and trafficking of Yemeni antiquities in the future. Meanwhile, the Yemeni Information Minister called on his Arab counterparts, the Arab League Educational, Cultural, and Scientific Organization, and similar organizations to reinforce coordination in the protection of cultural heritage in Yemen. The call was made at the 23rd Conference of Arab Culture Ministries, held in Riyadh, represented by the Saudi Ministry of Culture in cooperation with the Arab League Educational, Cultural, and Scientific Organization. In the past 8 years, Yemen has undergone the biggest and most hideous deception in its modern and recent history by a terrorist group as an obeying tool for the Iranian regime. Monuments have been damaged, looted, and their artifacts have been smuggled out of the country. This is particularly the case for sites within conflict areas, and the wider the current conflict spreads, the more danger is posed to the old towns and other historic locations, where combat groups have rooted themselves with catastrophic consequences. UNESCO was affirmative damage to sites of outstanding cultural significance in Yemen. Therefore, they called on all parties in the conflict to protect Yemen's cultural heritage and refrain from targeting by shelling or by airstrikes or using for military purposes cultural heritage sites and buildings. Ongoing airstrikes and military conflicts with the Houthi rebels bring the threat of further destruction of important historical buildings and cultural monuments in Yemen. Each time the country confronts clashes, numerous historic monuments suffer due to continuous devastation and ongoing smuggling.